why does heartbreak feel so physical?
Yeah.
Like your chest is actually aching, or there's this wound you just can't see. It's feeling most of us unfortunately know.
It really is. And it's definitely more than just being sad. Science is showing us that heartbreak is a full body thing. It actually rewires your brain.
Rewires your brain.
Yeah, it's this whole interplay of biology, psychology, and even like deep evolutionary stuff. Today, we're going to unpack why it genuinely hurts so much.
Okay, so you hear people say, it feels like I broke a bone, and you think it's just a metaphor. But brain scans, they show something else.
They really do. It's kind of wild. The same parts of your brain that light up when you, say, burn your hand, they also activate when you're looking at a photo of an ex after a tough breakup.
Seriously.
Yeah, there are studies showing that painkillers, like regular Tylenol, can actually slightly reduce that emotional pain.
No way.
It's because the brain doesn't really draw a sharp line between physical injury and intense social rejection. Think about our ancestors. Getting kicked out of the group, being abandoned, that could literally be a death sentence. So feeling social pain as intensely as like a broken leg became this urgent survival signal.
Wow. Okay, so that's the immediate, almost physical pain part. But then there's the other side.
Yeah.
This feeling of withdrawal. You mentioned love as an addiction.
Exactly. When you're in a relationship, your brain gets flooded with all these feel-good chemicals. Dopamine, that's the pleasure one, and oxytocin, the bonding hormone.
Right, you feel connected, you feel good.
Totally. But when the breakup happens, that supply gets cut off, just gone. Dopamine levels crash, oxytocin disappears, and instead you get a surge of stress hormones like cortisol.
Ah, okay. So that's where you can't sleep, can't eat. You just obsessively think about them.
Yes. It's your brain essentially going through withdrawal. It's screaming for its fix for those chemicals it got used to.
Which explains the whole no contact rule people talk about.
Precisely. It sounds harsh, but every text, every time you check their social media, it's kind of like a relapse for someone recovering from an addiction. Just drags out the pain.
It's not just the chemicals then, is it? It feels like losing a part of yourself.
Yeah.
You build this life together, this we.
That's a huge part of it. You create shared routines, inside jokes, plans, dreams for the future.
Yeah.
When the relationship ends, you're not just losing that person. You're mourning a future that isn't going to happen anymore.
The Sunday mornings, the trips you planned.
Exactly. The whole vision you had, perhaps, growing old together, maybe kids, that all dissolves. And that's incredibly destabilizing. It shakes your sense of who you are and where you were going.
If it's so painful, though, why would evolution wire us this way? It seems counterproductive.
It does seem that way on the surface, right? But think about it from a species survival perspective.
Yeah.
Humans evolved to form strong pair bonds. That was really important for raising children successfully.
Okay, made us better parents, stronger family units.
Right. So losing a partner triggered this intense grief response, not as a weakness, but actually as a drive. It pushed our ancestors to either try and repair that vital bond, or, if that wasn't possible, to find a new one. It kept the social fabric strong.
So the pain had a purpose.
A very powerful one. And, how intensely we feel it can also depend on our attachment style. Someone with an anxious attachment might get hit with this, tidal wave of obsessive thoughts.
Right.
Whereas someone more avoidant might try to push the feelings down, which can actually make healing take longer because they aren't processing it.
But there is hope, right? It doesn't have to be just this awful ending. People talk about growth after trauma.
Absolutely. It's often called post-traumatic growth. And sometimes the most painful breakups are the ones that force the deepest self-reflection. They kind of make you reevaluate everything.
So how does that healing happen?
It's really about actively taking care of yourself, mind, and body. Things like exercise, getting enough sleep, eating well, the basics are huge. And then processing it, maybe journaling, talking to friends, therapy.
Leaning on your support system.
Definitely. And over time, your brain does start to reset. Those neural pathways change. You start to rebuild your sense of self, and that intense pain, it softens. It can become wisdom, really.
So the takeaway is heartbreak hurts so much because it's supposed to. It's this deep, complex thing tied into our biology, our psychology, our history. It's not a sign you're weak.
Not at all. I mean, maybe the final thought is this. Within that intense pain, there's also this incredible potential for growth. Heartbreak doesn't just show us how much love matters, it reveals how incredibly resilient we are, how strong. It really can be a path to becoming someone new.